Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. You did it. You survived another week. It was a rambunctious week. It's time for you to chill. It's been a stressful week. It's time to chill, right? Or maybe it's just been a boring week and it's time to just chill with us. So happy Star Trek and chill. We've got so much to talk about. Star Trek Con. We have an Ethiopian dinner with Sirach Lofton. We've got Tuvix to talk about. We have Star Trek lips. Can you guess a Star Trek character based solely on their lips? My guess is 20%. Uh, but we have a very special guest, everybody. Please give a very warm welcome to the writer of Star Trek Con, one of the two writers of Star Trek Con, I should say, the audio series, Mr. David Mack.
Hey there.
Woo!
Happy to be here.
Everybody in the live chat, if you recognize that name, yes, you're right. It's not just the Star Trek Con audio drama. It's so many freaking things. His name is all over the place. We'll cover all of that in just a moment with Melissa Longo.
Hello. And one particular Deep Space Nine episode that is near and dear to our hearts.
hmm
But we can talk
Oh,
about that in a
yeah.
bit.
As well, yeah.
Yes. And also the Matt Boardman, everybody, you know him.
Well, hello. This is weird.
And
I'm here on Friday.
OG podcaster Charlene Schmidt.
Yo, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
Oh, Shar and Melissa are basically twinning right now. They both have their Bozeman Phoenixes Star Trek baseball shirt. I've got my Ryza and Chill shirt. If you love Picard and the Horgon statue, you can get all those shirts at the Star Trek and Chill online store. Click the link in the description box below. Get your very favorite shirt in. What is that shirt, David Mack? You're showing that there's a dog with a crown, actually.
Puppers. Oh, is that a Letterkenny reference?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, awesome. We
Wow.
just finished watching Shoresy for the second time.
I love Shores. Yeah, I love the first season the most. Tale of the Underdogs.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story. It'd be a great movie unto itself. Uh, After that, it's still amusing, but I find that once they lost the underdog status, it didn't have the same energy. But
Yeah. But you know what? I also like the last season where Shoresy has to
yeah, he
figure
has
out
to
what to
man up.
do
Yeah, he has to
and
learn
his
how
journey
to
with
live a
that.
life beyond the ice,
Yeah,
beyond being a
yeah.
player. Yeah. I mean, it's an
Wow, I'm
interesting
Yeah.
so
evolution for the
lost.
character, so I'm looking forward to that next season.
Before we move on, what is this? What are you guys talking about? It
Okay,
Yeah.
this
sounds
is a Canadian TV show on
got it.
Hulu.
Yeah, it airs in Canada on Crave first, and then it comes down to the U.S. as a Hulu original.
Oh,
It was
cool.
created by Jared Kiso, who plays the star of the show Shoresy. He was also
Hmm.
the star of the show from which Shoresy was spun off, which was called Letterkenny. Uh, Genuine phenomenon of the show, ran for 12 seasons at about 6 episodes a season. They're very compact, they're very tight, but it is quintessential Canadian comedy. It's got its own tone, it's got its own lingo, its vernacular, its own pace. And at first, if you come into it as an American, you might find yourself bewildered, like, what are they saying? What's going on? But you gotta just roll with it and maybe have a beer and yeah, and as they would say, figure it out. Just figure it out. No, you figure it out. No,
You have to set the tone.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of beer and tone, everybody in the live chat, let us know what you're drinking. Melissa, what are you drinking today?
Oh, I have this. Somebody's honking a horn outside my window, but
We don't hear it.
Can't hear it.
okay.
Must be a
It's
fan.
green. It must be. It's green apple sparkling water from Trader Joe's or AKA Trader Jose's. I love this grocery store because they have amazing things at
do.
affordable prices.
And they have beverage Lucy's, which is really cool. Like you could grab a
Mhm.
beer or a sparkling beverage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David, where are my manners? What are you drinking today?
Oh, just good old fashioned filtered New York City water, gone
Mm.
through a carbon
Mm.
filter. I put it through. I have one of those pitchers that filters, and it specifically has like a bamboo type filter, so it pulls out the acid, makes the water a little bit more alkaline, which is good for my
Mhm.
stomach. So, and then
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I got this sort of cool Owala, pitcher thing with the little flippy cap and sippy thing.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a big fan of
Uh,
sippy cups
Right.
myself.
Yeah, but
Same.
as I get older, it
Yeah.
becomes more important.
Yeah, as
Look
the
at
more
Matt.
accident-prone nature kicks back in after you're two and returns in middle age, you really need it.
Oh yeah.
Matt, what are you drinking?
Well, in addition to my Los Angeles filtered water that I'm drinking, I also have this there's a seasonal Alani flavor called Witch's Brew, which is a caramel
Ooh.
apple flavor, and it is
Oh.
delightful.
That
It is
sounds
so
delicious.
delightful. It's so good.
Does sound right for
Ooh.
this time of year too. What about you, Shar?
Doing pretty straightforward, everybody's favorite beverage, squirt.
Yep.
Squirt,
Woo!
chase it down with more squirt. That's about all I really have in the house right now besides ginger ale. So we're not getting creative today.
Squirt and squirt. We're still
Mhm.
waiting for those sponsors. Squirt.
Yeah,
if you're
well,
Where are
listening.
the sponsor
Hello.
dollars?
Our buddy Rico E. Anderson texted me earlier today referencing that, and he was like, if Shar brings that up, you have to show them this meme. And I was like, I will not. So I'll tell you what I'm drinking
What are you
is
drinking?
this Cali water ginger lime cactus water that you can't see because it's green,
Ooh.
Mm.
but it's got ginger.
Mm. Love
Mm.
Cactus
ginger.
water. Never had
That's
that.
Can I-
excellent.
Any good?
So
It's delicious.
what was it? It was a couple years ago when on Star Trek and Chill, Ryan was talking about, I think it was Ryan was talking about how he likes ginger beer. And
I do love
I
it.
went,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I went to STLV in 23, right? And we went to this, what is it? The Millennium Bar that's down there or whatever. Anyway, I tried
Masquerade?
ginger beer for the first time, and everybody's like, "Oh, just be prepared. It's kind of like an enhanced ginger ale." Oh my gosh, every single time I took a sip, I would cough because it was
Yeah.
way intense. I was not prepared.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
so
it's
are
way more
campers.
intense.
It's
Campers
delicious.
are
They are
intense,
intense
too.
too.
All right, let's get into
Yeah.
this. First, let's say hi to Dave Bourgeois, Dave M, Red Shirt Bob, that's Rookie of the Year, Ninoti, Dave Gregory, Joel, Steve, Bob, Mark, Linda, Badger, Lucia out in Brazil, Sentai, Joshua, and everybody, May Borello out in the May area, Chris Marshall, One Trek fan, that's Lisa out in Canada. All right, so many of you are here. We see all of you. Hello. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications. If you're listening in, give us a 5-star rating and a nice review. We'd really appreciate that. David, we spent so much time talking about beverages. Can we talk about this awesome audio drama? First things first, can you tell us what the conversation was like when they said, how quickly did you say yes, pretty much, when they told you about this?
It was a near automatic yes, because the call, in my case, came from Kirsten Beyer, who's
Ooh.
a dear friend of mine. We've been friends for almost 20 years at this point. And the way it had gone through the development process at Secret Hideout, it had started with Nick Meyer originally wanting to do it as a television miniseries. And then it got scaled back, I think, maybe to sort of a TV movie event. And then at some point, it got reimagined as a way for them to break into the audio drama podcast arena. And so they
Right.
wanted to use it for that purpose. And so from there, they produced a more complete outline. They teamed up Nick. I guess Nick did a first draft of some scripts, and then they teamed him up with a producer from a company called Realm, which did most of the actual production of the audio drama. They teamed him up with a writer named Mac Rogers, and Nick and Mac Rogers did another run of scripts, which got a lot of feedback notes from CBS and from Secret Hideout, and it was just felt that the original sort of the first couple of passes represented Nick's familiarity with the original, say, 80 hours of Star Trek, but not the subsequent 800 hours of Star Trek that were produced after his involvement in the movies. And so they wanted to have Kirsten, who's sort of the resident Star Trek expert, the Star Trek PhD within Secret Hideout, if you will, come in and have a new look at it and sort of bring it into line with the broader Star Trek universe as it's been developed on TV by Secret Hideout and during the Berman era, etc. But she is incredibly busy. She is working on every, live action version of Trek. She has worked on every live action version of Trek, starting with Discovery back in the day when she was first brought aboard. She's worked on Short Trek. She co-created Picard. She is a co-EP on Strange New Worlds. She's been a co-EP on both seasons so far that have been written of Starfleet Academy. So she's got her hands in everything, and she just didn't have the time she needed. She knew what she wanted to do with the audio drama, but she didn't have time to execute it by herself. So she calls me up and said, would you like to get in on this? And I'm like, absolutely, sure. And so negotiated the deal with Secret Hideout. And the way it worked out was that she and I teamed up and we took all the existing material and we worked from there. We basically just sort of said, okay, what is it that we are bound to keep? Which are the elements that the other stakeholders in the process are committed to that we have to respect? And then where do we have room to invent and bring our own elements into the project? And once we knew that, then the process began.
Wow.
Gotcha. So I primarily know you from your novels, and I don't know if you've written any other audio dramas, but I am curious what the difference, if there is any, between the process of writing a novel versus an audio drama. Are there any little nuances that you have to be aware of for an audio drama that you don't for novels, or the other way around?
Tons. Every different format, every different medium of storytelling has its own challenges, its own limitations, its own demands. One of the biggest with audio drama is that you're writing scripts in a format that looks very familiar. It looks a lot like a teleplay or a screenplay. But what you have to remember is there's no visual element.
Totally.
You have to be able to communicate the story in sounds, music, and dialogue, and maybe voiceover, depending on what stylistically you want to do. So it's a very different format. Whereas with novels, you're writing from an internal point of view. Almost every scene you're going to write will be filtered through the point of view of a character. So their subjective biases, their opinions, their perceptions will color how each scene is presented to the reader. In that respect, prose fiction is very often an internal medium in that you are experiencing the narrative through internal perspectives, as opposed to film, which, with a few exceptions, is very often an external, omniscient medium where you are viewing scenes, from outside as an impartial observer, as the camera, but not as one of the characters in most cases. So you can do different types of things with stories when you have an external perspective on the story as opposed to an internal. Quick example of this, there's a great movie you may have seen with Robert De Niro and Jean Reno called Ronin, made back in the 90s. Great action thriller. And I love the story. And for a long time, I thought, God, there's got to be some way to translate this, into the Trek universe, make a Trek novel out of this concept, something with a similar energy. But then the more I examined it, the more I realized you can't, because the entire premise depends on the externality of the experience of film, where you are not privy to the internal thoughts and biases of the characters, because that information has to be withheld from the audience for the final reveals at the end of the movie to work. Whereas if you are writing from any of those characters' points of view and you don't include the information that is actually relevant, that's a cheat. You're either lying to your reader, you become an unreliable narrator, but mostly it's very difficult to work around that sort of stuff. Whereas certain types of stories are better told in prose because you can dig deeper into the heart of a character, into their motivations, their backstory, their thought processes, their internal monologue. It can often provide a richer storytelling experience or provide a new perspective if you're, say, writing an adaptation it can provide a new perspective on something you've already seen in an external medium, but now you're seeing it filtered through a point of view, and you pick up new information that was not available in the original film version. So yeah, there's always going to be new nuances and new styles, and with audio drama, it's very tricky. I mean, how do you transition from one scene to another when all you have is sound? And you learn quickly that, you know, it can depend on things like music cues can be used to take you out of one scene into another. You can sometimes reset the scene if you establish well enough the ambient sound of a particular location. That can help you, you know, more quickly transition from one point to another. Sometimes you simply have to cheat and narrate it. And you know, sometimes you have to have someone say, "Wow, look at that sunset. That's pretty intense, isn't it?" Yeah, it's like you're captaining the
Or
obvious.
Captain's log.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where the captain's log can really come to your rescue if you're willing to use it. And so, yeah, I mean, I've written in a variety of formats. I've written for Star Trek for live theater for a project that was never produced. It was supposed to be a traveling show of a live orchestra playing music from the movies and the episodes in sync with projected film clips. It was going to be a whole thing, and there were going to be pre-filmed clips with Shatner, and they were going to get like, you know, somebody like Tim Ross or maybe you know, one of the doctors to, you know, be the MC for the show. So I worked on that for like a year, and then COVID hit, and the whole thing got canceled.
Oh,
Yeah, but I learned how to write, you know, for live theater. So I wrote for Trek for live theater. I've written for Trek on television. I've written prose. I've written novels. I've written short fiction. I've written comic books. I've written for, you know, pretty much everything you can think of except for feature film for Star Trek. I have written feature scripts, just not for Star Trek. But so yeah, there's, depending on what format you're working in, there's always a unique challenge to every format.
It didn't occur to me just how important the difference is between internal and external point of view, depending on the medium. So, hey, thank you for that. I'm going to be kind of thinking about that now from this point forward. And also, you mentioned something about, you know, bringing something kind of like something new to the familiar. And I feel like that's something Khan does, where
That
Khan
was
is
our
a
goal.
great choice for an audio. Like Star Trek is, I feel like they're dipping their toes into audio dramas with this. I hope there will be more in the future if this is successful, because Khan is a draw. Longtime fans know Khan. But we're adding more information and context to something that we already know some things about that's already familiar. And I'm loving that.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of what drew Kirsten and I to the project, was this possibility to take, you know, we have Khan as he was in Space Seed. And then we see Khan as a very different person when we meet him again in Wrath of Khan. He's undergone these traumatic experiences. He's basically been in hell essentially for like 18 years or so. And he comes out the other side with this monomaniacal revenge desire against Kirk that clearly was not there at the end of Space Seed. He had been treated relatively fairly. So the question that we had to answer was, how did he get from where he started in Space Seed to becoming this revenge-focused maniac in Wrath of Khan? And so we basically had to plot out the entire point of the arc, and we've only seen the very beginning of it, was to take what little we knew from canon and build a story that says, you know, this is a guy who was handed an opportunity to live his dream. How did it all go wrong? And how did it change?
Yes.
And as it goes wrong, how did it change him?
Right.
Yes.
And so so it's meant to be partly a tragedy. He's given an opportunity to live up to the greatness that he's always claimed he's capable of, and then he has to watch it all slip away.
Right.
Mhm.
And I don't want to give anything away, but I think we're at that point of the story where that's really starting to manifest, and you can make that connection between the Khan in Space Seed and the Khan we see in Star Trek 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in for some major pain as we go forward. And again, without spoiling anything, I mean, we know from Wrath of Khan that he's going to lose Marla at some point. He speaks of her as, you know, these things killed my beloved wife. So we know at some point he thinks of her as not just girlfriend, not just concubine, this is wife. This is a very different thing. And so we wanted to explore that and explore how they could find this kind of a relationship based on where they started. And for that, we had to reimagine Marla and take her beyond the relatively limited perspective that the writers gave her in 1967 and reimagine her character with a greater degree of depth and nuance for 2025.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and you
So
succeeded.
welcome. And Red
Mhm.
Schmidt is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, she's
Awesome.
killing it.
the
Melissa, I know
casting's so
you've got a
good.
question, but real quick,
Yeah.
I do want to point out Lucia Raz from Brazil says, I would love to have the teleplay for this audio drama. Chris Marshall says, that's where I recognize his name from. I've read several of his books. Excellent author. I think he means you, David. Greer Murdoch says, I'm a big reader, very excited. I love meeting the authors, and so on. Somebody also said, John Davis also said, I loved Ronan. Lots of great stuff going on in the live chat. Melissa, what do you got?
Yeah, no, yes. First I want to shout out your collaboration on It's Only a Paper Moon. That yeah, can you not hear me? I think
Yeah,
No, we
my,
can
my,
hear you.
yeah, I had
Yeah.
a bit of a tech problem over here.
Oh, okay.
My
It's only a
AirPods
paper.
cut out on me.
Oh, okay. Your collaboration on It's Only a Paper Moon, which, is Nog's episode.
Oh, yeah.
And it's obviously near and dear to, well, my heart and the other people who love Nog.
Pretty much
But
everybody.
yeah. But speaking on collaboration, how was the collaboration going into working on Khan different from or the same as going into, say, working on It's Only a Paper Moon?
Well, for one thing, there are fewer people involved. When you're writing in television, you're dealing with the entire writer's room. Someone's going to have input. The studio is going to have input. The network's going to have input. So there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of competing notes that have to be dealt with. And there's any number of writers who may have their hands on it, the showrunner, the supervising producer for the episode. So it's a very collaborative thing in TV. Whereas in this one, with me and Kirsten, uh, while she had to deal with the rewrites and the notes that came in from the studio, from from the production company, from Nick, and she had to balance all of those competing stakeholders' notes and desires. In the end, the only ones who actually touched the scripts were me and her. I wrote all the first drafts because she just needed me to do that. For whatever reason, she finds it easier to attack the process once a script exists. She says it's easier for her to fix a script that exists than it is to write the script out of thin air.
Start from
Oddly enough, I'm
scratch.
the other way around. I find it much easier to write a script out of thin air when there's nothing else in my way. But once I have it the way I like it, it's agony to rewrite it. So it was probably a good thing that she came up with having me do the writer's drafts, and then she took the revisions. I came in and offered a set of notes on some of the late drafts before it went into the studio. And then once it was in the studio, there were a lot of changes on the fly. Scenes had to be added or rewritten at the request of certain high-level muckety-mucks who had ideas at the last second. Sometimes because you rewrite this thing, you have to rewrite something in another episode. Sometimes you have to rewrite a line because an actor just can't say it, or it doesn't feel natural the way they're saying. I'm trying this line and I trip over it. Can we fix the cadence on this, or can we make it so that we don't have a hard fricative following this consonant? And the writer will come in and say, okay, I can find another way to say it. How about this? And the actor tries it and goes, that's much more comfortable. Thank you. And they record that. And so often, that's why Kirsten had to be physically present in the studio, supervising with the actors and the director during recording, so that if lines had to be rewritten, had to be changed, she knew about it. She was aware of it, and she could keep track of it. If something had to be cut for time, she could at least say, well, we can cut this, but not this. I need this line to set up something in the next episode. This can't cut, this can. So another reason why she had to be present. Something I didn't get to be there for. Again, mostly it's just geographical. They were producing in LA for the most part, and I'm in New York. and it just
Mm.
wasn't economically feasible.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the casting? Right.
I love the casting. I love Naveen
Mhm.
Andrews.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of his since Lost. I love Ren Schmidt from For All Mankind. I love her work on that series. In a lot of ways, I feel like she's the heart of that series. And
Agreed.
I just love her as a performer. I love her choices as an actor.
Mhm.
And the nuance. You can always tell there are layers of subtext and meaning going on behind the scenes in her head. When she embodies a character, she's not just giving outlines and hitting marks. She is living that character, and she is thinking as that character, and you can see it. You can feel it. It's in every little nuance that she brings when she's in character, and it's just wonderful.
Mm.
Yeah, bingo.
It's
That's why I love
wonderful.
her so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's
She
great. She's
mentioned
great.
she mentioned in an interview as that she'd hope to maybe take this from audio to the screen.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
If it could be done without
Yeah.
butchering the story too much, I think it would be fascinating. I mean, it would be tricky. I mean, having to recapture all those performances again. But one way you could do it without having to do that would be produce it in animation. Take this as
Yes.
as the sound basis, put a good animation team on it, and turn it into an animated miniseries. I think it could be done relatively cost effectively. You could do it without having to reproduce any of the performances. You wouldn't have to re-record any dialogue. In fact, you basically got the extant sound. You just
Totally.
match picture to sound.
Yeah.
We
I
did
actually
mention
like that
something
idea
like that on a
better.
previous show. Yeah, where
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
can animate around this. We don't have you for too much longer, David. Matt, did you have a question for him? You've been loving this series. You've
Well,
been
yeah.
raving
I mean,
about
I
it.
don't know. The first question that popped into my head. Well, first off, I just want to say, obviously, it's fantastic, and it's been fantastic hearing your insights on this. Like, I mean, so today I was going through and watching Emissary, first episode of Deep Space Nine, and comparing it to the shooting script, and
Mhm.
listening to the way that people, the choices that were made, and because that's really got me interested in that, listening to Khan, because while we watch something and we can see stuff that's going on in with their faces, their motions and stuff like that, the thing that I love about this cast is that there is subtext and layers in the choices that they
Yes.
make that
Mhm.
make these, that you're listening to it, but like it's painting a picture in your mind. And so I
Mhm.
absolutely, I don't know, it's just been such a fun experience for this. So I was going to ask you, is there anything in any of these episodes that have been released so far, and without giving any spoilers or what's to come, that like the scene, but to hear them perform that, you're like, yes, they nailed it.
Or
There
the
are a
opposite.
couple. I mean, I'm not going to talk about that, but
Oh,
in terms of them nailing it, yeah, there's going to be a few moments, especially in the episodes to come, that I am very much looking forward to finding out how they translate. I'm hearing the episodes week to week, as you guys are.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Because I just got the broadcast script, so I've only just recently seen the last changes that were made in studio before they were released. Before that, I had only like the late final draft for final writers draft scripts, which don't actually match in a lot of ways what came out. So I'm sort of playing catch up. I'm like listening to episodes and going, "That's not the script I remembered," but okay. And so now
Wow.
I finally got the actual final script, so I'm getting caught up now on the actual state of the series, and I'm very excited to see how some stuff, especially from the next couple of episodes, but in particular the finale, how is this going to play? How are some of the revelations that are going to come out in the later episodes? How's that going to go over? I will say, without spoilers, just prepare yourself. It gets weirder.
ooh.
Good.
Ooh.
We weren't afraid to let it go weird, and it's going to get weird.
Now you're talking
Yay, I
Char's
love
language.
weird. Yes.
Hey, one thing that I noticed that is really great about this, first of all, I wasn't really sure how it would work out. I've not really listened to audio dramas too much, but one thing I've noticed, and you kind of touched on it earlier, was that you trust your audience to figure it out. And that's got to be such a fine line when you're writing a script. You don't want to over explain the exposition, but you figured out a way to trust your audience that they'll get it. They'll make the connection. Oh, I know where we are. I know who this is. I understand what's going on. And I think that's just such an incredible skill, and that should really be mentioned because this is a completely different medium. And this is something where you have to work with the audience a lot more than other things. So really big kudos for that. But before you go, I also want to point this out. What the heck is this amazing thing? Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Ring of
Hey!
Fire, New York Times
Ooh.
best-selling author David Mack.
Woo!
What's this?
This is coming out. This comes out in just a couple of weeks on October 7th. And that's obviously my new book based on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's set during season 3, between episodes 6 and 7. So it takes place in that interim between the end of the Sailot who ate its tail and What is Starfleet. So before they go on the mission in What is Starfleet, before Beto comes back aboard, but after the ship has been repaired post episode 6, somewhere in that gap of time is where this story takes place. The really capsule description is there's a civilian research station plagued by murder and sabotage as it is getting near to its time-sensitive experiment. It is located above the accretion disk of a black hole. That's that sort of burning ring that goes around a black hole. And there's a point where the black hole is siphoning stellar material off of a red giant, and where that river of fire basically meets the accretion disk, that's where the station sits, which is basically one of the most dangerous places you can possibly be.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So we have some fun. We get into some really great action sequences, but it tries to also maintain the spirit of the show. Lighthearted banter. These characters are professionals, they're adults. There's a sense of fun, but there's also some real sort of tragedy, some sort of backstory. I take some elements that are established in episode 6, episode 7, and episode 8. But in particular, some of the things you've learned about our characters during their interview segments in the documentary What is Starfleet, some of those little details are going to come back and be explored in greater depth.
Nice.
So I took some elements because I had access to all of the season 3 scripts while I was building the story. And so I said, okay, I'm going to situate the story here. And then I took all these sort of great little details and little bits of personal narrative shared by the characters. And I said, all right, I can build something really emotionally hard hitting if I take you into that in greater depth and then find the parallel between that and what's going on in the story. And I try to keep it again, in the spirit of Trek, where it's not really a story about enemies. It's more a story about, people in stress and people doing what they have to do, people doing what they think is the right thing. And in the end, it's not about who's right or who's wrong, but about what's the best thing we can do for everybody. So
Gotcha.
Beautiful.
So I'm just trying to stay true to Trek, where it doesn't always have to be about, the end of the galaxy. It doesn't always have to be about a revenge plot or some deep political thing.
Wow.
Sometimes it's just about people in pain.
Wow.
David,
David,
so
this
you're
is
sharing the image
impressive.
of my.
Yeah,
That's
look
my
at them books.
That's my brag shelf with my awards and the various.
God.
Awesome.
That's
The
so
Peabody
awesome.
Award.
I so want to read the Midnight Front in
Yeah.
your Iron Code, your World War II stuff there. Oh,
I read the Dominion War.
Oh man,
There's
yeah.
so many of these good ones. The
many
Vanguard
good
series,
books.
I've read so
Destiny.
many of these books.
I
And then
remember
right in the
seeing
middle,
Titan
you see
too.
the Great Bunny Council there in the middle, on the middle shelf.
The
That-
Great
that's-
Bunny Council.
Yeah, what
That's
is going
so
on here?
cute.
Porcelain bunnies everywhere.
Yeah,
Love it.
There's a lot of Bunnykins figures from Royal Dalton in there, which my wife got me into collecting those over the years. So there's like an Emperor Bunnykins, and there's a Sands of Time Bunnykins. And then
Aw.
the upper shelf has some of the other books, more recent stuff. Picard,
Firewall
and Strange
was
New Worlds.
fantastic. I listened to the
thank
audio
you.
Yeah, that
version
was
of it. Well,
great.
that was my motivation to get out and go walking on a daily basis. I would listen to another half hour worth of Firewall each time. So that was a fun
Wow.
story to
Beautiful.
Thank
listen.
you. Yeah, that one won the Scribe Award last year, and I'm very proud of how that book turned out. It meant a lot to me in that it's basically a love letter to the gay and trans community that is so important to the community of Star Trek. So it was written for them, and it's basically about if you haven't read it, it's Seven as an adult woman sort of going on this belated coming of age journey and discovering her identity as a queer adult woman, finding her place in the galaxy. Once she separates herself from the found family of Voyager, she has to figure out, who am I? Where do I fit in the galaxy? What is it that I'm actually attracted to? What's my mission in life? It's essentially, it's a classic Bildungsroman. It's a coming of age story. And in a lot of ways, if you think about it, it parallels how she came to be part of the crew of Voyager. She goes on a journey of discovery. She becomes part of a found family that bears strange similarities. If you think about it, you have the older sort of parental figure. You have a hotshot pilot. You have a sort of a saucy engineer type. You suddenly begin to realize there are these archetypes that she's drawn to. But the other important thing about the book, of course, is that it's when she meets the first great sapphic love of her life, a woman named Ellery Cade. Basically, I sort of talked to a lot of my friends in the queer community about, when straight writers try to tackle these stories, what do they most often get wrong? What are the stumbling blocks? Where do we screw up over and over? And they said, stop killing your gays. Stop killing the black guy first to show that the situation is serious.
Yeah.
The gay relationship doesn't always have to end in tragedy or heartbreak. And I was like, okay. So I made sure to kill the white guy to show the situation was serious. I let
Rest in peace, Harper.
well, actually, not even Harper. Harper's the father figure who dies. I'm thinking more about the Trill who dies on the platform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we kill the white guy there, but we let the black guy, the sort of smart talking black pilot, he makes it. He survives right to the end. He's still there when we're done.
What a twist!
Yeah, and then of course, our two our two lovers get to basically take down the bad guy together. They bring him to justice, and at the end they stay together and they decide to get a dog. So
a happy ending.
They said, we're getting a dog. So, and what's fun is, if you look at I always like to put an epigraph at the start of a book, and this one was from Marcus Aurelius. What stands in the way becomes the way. And if you look at how the plot plays out at the end of this book, every single thing that has been put in Seven's way as an obstacle to her success or to her independence, she turns it to her advantage in the final sequence. And she takes everything that's been in her way and it becomes the way, and she turns it into victory. So she's living the philosophy of Marcus. This is the way. Yeah, very Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Wrong universe for right spirit.
David, this has been a lot of fun, and we really appreciate you, first of all, saying yes, and secondly, taking the time to answer all of our super nerdy and excited questions. But we really appreciate your work. We respect the hell out of you, and we hope that you're paving the way for much more of, things like this, like the audio drama. This is something that can go. This can go on for a long time, and I'm sure you've already.
I'm hoping we'll do more. Kirsten and I are already talking about the possibility that we might do more. He wants to do more. I want to do more.
That's
we have
awesome.
ideas. So
that warms my black heart
Fabulous.
So much.
So everybody at home, you know what your marching orders are. Your marching orders are to download that podcast, watch it on YouTube, get the book, Ring of Fire, do all of the things that you would want to have done if you wrote these things, and let Star Trek know you want more of this. And that's by clicking buttons.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You know what to do.
With your time and your dollars.
Mr. David Mack, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time. We hope to see you again real soon, and continued success.
It has been a joy to join you to chill on a Star Trek Friday.
Thank you.
Thanks for chilling with us.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Happy weekend.
See you later.
All right. Well, that was fun, everybody. Can you believe it?
Oh
So
man.
There was
fun.
so much to cover. I was like, how
I
are we gonna?
know.
I just wanted to
Oh,
look at
man.
his wall. I just want to look at that. I was like, oh, I read that book. Oh, he did this one too. Oh, I started recognizing things on there. It was so cool.
So good.
I've read so many of those
So
books.
good.
Live
But
chat. Everybody in the live chat, let us know when you saw David Mack's wall, what books jumped out at you, whether it's a book that you've heard of or a book that you've read or wanted to read.
Right. Which
What
ones
did you
do you want to
recognize there?
read if you've not read them?
Besides the bunnies.
besides the cute little bunnies. But
Yeah.
I was I do have to throw out there. I was looking at IMDb and the IMDb score, and I'm confused by it by the IMDb
Oh,
score.
IMDb means International Movie Database.
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay.
No, but because I've only heard good things about it from the people who comment on the YouTube videos, to the people who comment about it on Spotify when they're listening, because I listen to it on Spotify. And it's all positive, all positive.
Yeah.
I've only heard positive things about it.
Weren't
But
you
then I go and
surprised
look-
by that? Because nowadays there's always somebody complain, because the people that like something usually they just
Yeah.
click like, and then the complainers like to comment.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I looked, it was positive, positive,
Positive,
positive,
positive, positive, positive,
Yeah.
positive. I go to IMDb, there's one actual review of it, and that
Oh.
too is positive. They gave it a 9, but the overall score on IMDb is very confusing because it's a 6. And I'm like, okay, so who's going in there and throwing the turd in the punch bowl? Because
Well,
this
don't
is
knock
all
a
these
turd
real
in the
good
punch bowl,
stuff.
first of all. But I think it might just be because they're saying, why is this an audio drama? They might just be confused. But when they should be thinking, it being an audio drama is a given. So as
Yeah.
an audio drama, what do you give it 1 to 10? And if they think of
Right.
it that way, I'm sure they would give it a very high score. But instead, they're probably going like, why is this an audio drama and not a movie? I
Mhm.
want a movie. You know, so they're looking at it the wrong way. Rather than rating what this is, they're
Yeah.
speaking about what they are used to or something. That would be my
It's
guess. You know,
well, I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, it's the same people who don't watch Lower Decks or who didn't
Yeah.
watch Prodigy because it's animated, right? Because
There's a
Right.
cartoon.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because they, I don't know,
my
in
gosh.
whatever their experience is, they can't allow that good stories can be told in different mediums, right? So it's
That's
Right.
so weird.
yeah,
Right. Well,
I feel sad for them because they're missing out on really good Star Trek.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's their loss.
Absolutely. It's like the people who refuse to watch the animated shows because it's animated. And I'm like, you're doing yourself and Star Trek a disservice, because there's some great storytelling in those animated
Oh,
shows.
yeah.
And,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
going back to this audio drama thing, they're doing themselves a great disservice, because this is something that can knock out a lot more Star Trek. If there are budget
Absolutely.
cuts, if there are time
Yeah.
constraints, if there are
Yes.
mergers going on or whatever it is, this is something that can keep
Yeah.
going. For those of us that like stories being expanded upon or new ones being created, you can get your fix. You can get more
Mhm.
Star Trek in between the more Star Trek.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
I'm
beat
so
it.
excited
Yeah.
to hear that there might be more, because this is an avenue
Absolutely.
that you could go anywhere. You could go
Right.
to any
Mhm.
time in Star Trek history and have actors come in to play anybody. I mean,
They could be 60
personally,
years older than what they're playing, and they can show up in their
Dude,
pajamas and just
exactly.
record.
totally.
It's
You could do
so
something brand
refreshing
new.
to hear Tuvok on this audio drama. I get so much joy when I hear his voice. And then George Takei as Sulu.
Yes.
I love hearing his voice too.
You know, it's funny because
I
George
was
says he
just-
doesn't like your voice.
Oh,
But
that's okay.
no, I'm just kidding. He loves your voice.
Uncle George.
George.
Oh, George.
Don't worry, I
Oh
defended
my.
Well, thank you.
No,
But
but back to your. Sorry, go ahead.
But the story is so, it evokes these amazing visuals, and it's so fun to explore SETI Alpha 5 as well, along with the characters, as well as the characters, along with the characters. So the planet becomes a character itself as well. This
Totally.
story is really good.
It
Well,
is.
and
There's a
Ryan, I
lot of world building
appreciated.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Ryan, I appreciated that you pointed out that this, it invites the audience to figure it out for themselves. Because I
Totally.
feel like
Mhm.
sometimes, and especially in more modern television and movies and stuff like
Mhm.
that, it's like they grab you by the nose and lead you exactly where they want
Yeah,
to go. And it's like, oh
exactly.
gosh, it just feels
Yeah.
like, oh, sorry, I didn't need the frying pan over the head. I got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, these guys, they kind of know, look, you have time for us to get acquainted with where we are. You don't have to say, I'm on a ridge. They can just be talking, and we know in the back of our minds we're trying to figure out, without even realizing it, the back of our minds is trying to figure out what's going on. And
Mhm.
eventually, whether it's 3 seconds in or 30 seconds in, we figure it out. We go, oh, that's where they are. This is what's going
Right.
on. You hear
Yeah.
a scuffle, you can figure out what's happening,
Right.
from the reactions.
Mhm.
Like when they said early on, they're saying something about, what do you see on that mesa? Or what did they call it, a mesa? But something like that.
Mm,
What's the flat
a
top thing?
plateau?
Plateau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a mesa. But anyway, so
Yeah.
when they talk about the
Yeah, it
plateau
is.
thing, and so later on when they're up there, I don't remember if they actually said it when they're up there, but we were able to figure it out because they kind of planted that seed earlier.
Mhm.
But back to your
Yeah.
earlier point, Melissa, about the comment section, there was one comment that I really thought about, which was somebody said, this feels like something that we should all be recording so that 50 years from now, when you can say, hey, do you remember that Star Trek audio drama? And when your friends say, what do you, no way, you can pull this out and be like, see, and blow their minds. So
Keep
Yeah.
those files,
question is-
everybody.
my
Mhm.
question is, let's call it 40 years from now. 50 years feels a little optimistic for all of us nowadays, but let's 40 years. Also the 100th anniversary of Star Trek. Do you
Oh my God.
think
Okay.
that
Yeah.
when you mention Star Trek Con as an audio drama, people would be more likely to be like, audio drama? Star Trek did audio dramas? Or do you think they'll be like, oh yeah, that was the first one?
I hope it's the latter
Yeah.
so
Me
much. Like I hope this is the
too.
start of a new thing for Star Trek, because Doctor Who's been very successful at this sort of thing. And
Mm.
it could work just as well for Star Trek, especially with as good of quality of story and sound design and acting
Mhm.
as Khan has been so far. So this is
Right.
a great starting point to basically show proof of concept. Like, yes, this is a great thing. This is how it works. And for those of us old timers who listened to the audiobooks back in their day,
Yes, I
you know,
had
when
the
they'd be like narrated by Johnny Frakes or James Doohan or something. Oh
yeah.
man, this is basically that, but on steroids, and it's so good.
We don't
It's
condone
so good.
steroids, kids.
It's
Well, isn't it
so
No, don't
interesting?
take
good.
them.
Isn't it interesting how certain mediums kind of start coming back, right? This is a
Mhm.
throwback to the radio dramas before people had television,
Yeah.
That's right,
right? And
exactly.
Yeah.
now it's becoming cool again. Now that
It's old as
we have
new.
devices that we can take around with us and may not be readily
Yeah.
available to watch something, now you can take your phone with you, throw in your earbuds, and listen to a really cool story along the way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Mhm.
one of those things where you have a picture and you go
The
click.
viewfinder.
I
The
love
viewfinder.
those.
Remember those?
Wouldn't that be
But
fun if they had an
Yes.
accompanying visual thing
That
for
was-
And then you
Con?
just know
we
at
were
the
click on
such
it for each
tone, you
losers
change
when we
episode.
the
were
slide.
kids.
Time
Oh,
to change the slide.
I
At the
love
tone,
those.
change the slide.
I felt like such a loser. I was like, man, my life sucks. I'm sitting here pushing a thing to look at a picture. Why do they make me work to look at a fucking picture? Oh, I just saw this picture 30 seconds ago. It's just going around. That was pretty
Oh,
sad.
that's
Oh
so
man.
great.
Well,
Good
let's
stuff.
move on to other things here because we got a few other things we promised the live chat that we'd be discussing. Actually, well, this is along those lines still. This is from our friends over at trekmovie.com. Uh,
Hmm.
interview Ren Schmidt on why
Hey.
Marla McGivers matters today in Star Trek Con. Melissa, why does Marla McGivers matter today in Star Trek Con?
Well,
I
um,
love the name.
I like it too, but I I don't know how to answer that question, but I will answer it in a way, well, try to phrase it how Ren Schmidt phrased it. She watched Space Seed and
Hmm.
was pleasantly surprised by the by MacGyver. Where's the duct tape? Marla McGivers. Um, and yes, she was in this really short skirt and these tight tights and all of this stuff, but she wasn't overly sexualized, and that and her relationship with Khan didn't start. It was immediate, but it was more of an intellectual immediacy than rather a physical one. And she praised the actor in the way she carried herself given the material at the time and the way both actors played off of one another. And she credited the actors probably more than anything for filling out their backstory and their chemistry with each other than anything. And agency, that's the word I was looking for. She had more agency back in 1967 than a lot of her counterparts or a lot of her peers or fellow actors may have had, being a woman on a space station or just being a woman on television. And she thought that was very important to um, continue on or further or bring forward more, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Fred Schmidt and I loved reading her answers because I think she is a very intelligent actor herself. And I love that she recognizes that intelligence in other actors as well. And so yeah, it's so good. Read the interview. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah, that I looked at it. It was a really long interview, and
It's
there's
really
a lot
long.
of really
Yeah.
great. There's a lot of really. That's why I was like, wow, good luck trying to like give
Yeah,
contain it into like
it's
one answer. There's a lot there, so everybody go check that out. That's
yeah.
trekmovie.com. Uh, there's really good stuff there. Let's move on to the next one here. Oh, here's a fun one. This one, boy, oh boy, this is just fun, you guys. This is from a website called facebook.com. This is let's see, Creation Entertainment, who announces Trek to Chicago convention is coming November, we'll call it 21st to 23rd at the Westin O'Hare Hotel. And we've added some new events with the one and only Strock Lofton. Strock joins many, many people such as William Shatner, Jerry Ryan, Doug Jones, Gates McFadden, Celia Rose Gooding, Christina Chong, Gabrielle Ruiz, Jonathan Del Arco, Nana Visitor, Bonnie, and myself. But look at this. Sirach Lofton is coming to Trek to Chicago and is headlining several events. Deep Space Nine Happy Hour with
Woo,
Nana Visitor, Sirach
Nice.
Lofton, and Lolita Faggio. So you can hang out in a sectioned off part of the bar, have some beverages, get them drunk, get the real juice on what it
Get
was
them
like.
real drunk.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to tell you who, but you might get some answers out of one of them.
So you got to buy drinks for everybody to find out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
also free Saturday night karaoke. There's also
So
authentic
fun.
Ethiopian dinner because Sirach is Ethiopian, so he'll tell you all about what you're eating and tell you a bunch
Cool.
of dishes that you won't be able to pronounce but will taste delicious, and he'll tell you all about the culture. Really good stuff. So, oh,
Mhm.
there we go. Check that out.
Hey.
But this is a picture of Sirach doing karaoke in New Jersey that I took. He had a
Peak
lot of
picture.
fun. We had a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, it was
good
so
time.
fun.
I love that. I'm so glad that they used that photo because it's so awesome.
It's so good.
So cute.
Not everybody can rock the inflatable electric guitar.
He was having way too much fun with that guitar. Let me
It
tell
was
you.
so funny. And then by the end, his was going limp.
It was losing its
It was
potency
good.
later into the evening there.
He was rocking out too hard with it.
It was a
little too
long
much
night.
whiskey.
Yeah.
Go easy on too much whiskey is right. So,
It was
so
so
that's really
good,
good.
though.
Everybody
So
go to
fun.
creationent.com for tickets and details. It's weird when people say details. For
Yeah.
tickets and details. I'm like, why are you? It's the same kind of people that say advertisements. You ever heard that? Like
Aluminium.
the David Letterman types, you know, like the right after these advertisements. I'm like, what are you from the 1700s? What's going on? Creep. Anyway,
Dave Gregory says he's salivating already.
I hope about the events.
Yeah.
Think about the Ethiopian food. I'm
Oh
pretty
man,
sure
Hopefully.
I would
it's
love to go to that. That
Ethiopian
sounds so
food.
Yeah,
cool.
Ethiopian
You
food
gotta
sounds
go.
amazing.
It's going to be really great. Srock is your guide. Every time someone says Ethiopian, honestly, literally every single time, I think of the Ethiopian Ashim Sham.
I don't know if I see.
Sorry, I'm lost.
There are
Know
going to be
that.
2 to 5 people in the live chat that know exactly what I'm saying when I say, and that's the Ethiopian Ashim Sham.
It
It's really
sounds
cool.
fun.
That is fun as hell. Anyway, so up next, oh, that's fun. This is another facebook.com. Looks, oh wow, it's just going. Let's see what's happening here.
Oh, Mark Zutkoff got your reference.
The Westin O'Hare Hotel right outside of the O'Hare International Airport. It's going to be so
myself and
much fun.
Bonnie
You do not
talking
want to
about
miss it.
Chicago.
Right, Bonnie?
That is so right. We have 3 days of amazing events and programming all for you guys. I'm talking about like an Ethiopian dinner on the Friday with Sirach Lofton, my Hollow Lounge comedy show Friday night after, which is free for all. So I hope to see you there.
Free for all.
Saturday, Tim Russ and his blues band is performing. They are amazing. If you've never heard them rock out, you are in for a treat. Oh, tell them some of the guests. Tell them some of the guests.
Well, we've got so many guests. I can't tell you all of them, but we've got Brent Spiner, Celia Rose Gooding, Christina Chong, Doug Jones, Sirach Lofton, Gabrielle Ruiz, Gates McFadden, Jerry Ryan, Jonathan Del Arco, Nana Visitor, Sandy Gimpel, Tim Russ, and
William Shatner.
the William Shatner, Captain Kirk himself. You do not want to miss this, everybody. Karaoke, game shows, cocktail
Trivia.
hours.
It's going to be
Trivia.
amazing.
Oh,
So good. I hope to see you all there. And until then, live long and prosper.
creationent.com. That's creationent.com for tickets and information. Make sure you check out the events page, creationent.com. As Bonnie says, see you there and live long and prosper. Link in the description box below.
Right there.
We don't know how to end a video, do we? It's like 15 seconds of outro. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Bonnie's always tons of fun to record with. So,
All you dipshits in
who-
Chicago need to go.
Yeah. Well played,
it's
Char.
not
Well played.
too late. It's not, too late
late.
for an announcement like that.
Baby,
So
it's not
besides
too
Mark
late.
Zutkoff, who got the reference?
Mm.
Chris Marshall says, I feel like Ryan has a bone to pick with David Letterman for some reason. You know what? I've held on to this for too long. So David Letterman, here's a very juicy tidbit about David Letterman that most people don't know, but I think they should know. I got nothing. No, I like David Letterman. He's cool. He made me laugh. I liked watching him back in the day. It was cool. He would go, hee-hee, hoo-hoo. You got any gum? You got any gum? Hee-hee. Anyway. So, yeah, the reference was, there it is, Mark Zutkoff says, History of the World Part 1 reference. Thank you very much.
Oh.
It was Gregory Hines. And it was really cool. He did like a little
Oh.
dance with a little sand, and it was really cool. And he said, at the end, he said, and that's the Ethiopian, a shim sham. And I was like, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
That's
it's
amazing.
been so long since I've seen that movie. Like
You should watch it again.
a
It's really good.
long time.
Same.
A shim sham. A shim sham. That should be like a sound bite. A
I wonder
shim
if I can
sham.
find it.
Ooh. A shimmy sham. But that's exciting. Yay.
Yeah, have fun, y'all.
I wish I could go to the Ethiopian thing.
Me too.
I want to go to an Ethiopian dinner and try Ethiopian food. I don't know what's stopping me.
You
I
know,
need to
there's a
look up
place
what-
not too
what-
far from where I live. There's an Ethiopian restaurant. I can't guarantee Sirach Lofton's there, but you can get some really good Ethiopian cuisine.
You could walk in and ask, "Hey, I'm just looking for Sirach Lofton. Does he happen
Yeah,
to be
is
here?"
Sirach here?
I'm not going
doubt.
unless rocks there.
It's really good food, though. We got a
I
sampler.
don't know if I've
a while
ever.
back.
I
I've
need to look
never
up
had it.
what constitutes Ethiopian food because I don't
We
know if I've
had-
ever had it specifically.
there was a really cool like thin bread where you could just load it up, and what really hit me that I
Yum.
loved was however they spiced the lentils. Wow, that was so
Ooh.
good.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Nice.
lentils, and I do love me some lentils, let me tell you.
Dude,
too.
same.
And also,
Ethiopia. What part? 125th Street. The big turn. And that's the Ethiopian Shim Sham.
That's amazing.
Yay.
125th Street. I used to live on 125th Street, by the
What?
way.
What?
Really?
It's impossible.
Wow.
Yeah. In New York City.
It's cool. All right. How many streets do they have? How high does that number go?
1,000.
242nd.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Sounds
on
crowded.
Manhattan.
Okay.
That was the last stop on the one train anyway. There may have been more. I just don't know.
Let's do noses, shall we?
I thought it was smell.
Noses.
Oh, sorry, lips.
71st.
Lips.
Lips.
And not the whole lip.
It's just the lower lip, it says.
What?
It's just the lower lip.
Oh, come on. We do not have to do this on hard mode.
Whose lower lip? Pretty soon it's going to be like whose lip crease or whose
Right.
nostril or earlobe.
Whose mole is it anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be fun.
All right. Oh, we got a little bit of top
Ooh.
lip cleave though. So
A
we're
little
good.
tiny
bit.
bit.
We got top lip cleave, so that'll help. Okay,
Hmm.
boy,
Feels
this is not
naughty.
going to be easy.
No.
Mmm.
Wow.
Top lip cleave.
Golly.
That
What
almost
the heck?
feels. Gosh, I almost want to say T'Pol.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I'm thinking also, okay, are her lips a little bigger,
Yeah, a little more
possibly?
voluptuous lips, right?
She's got some
Is that-
full lips, yeah. But that was my
She
first thought
got
too.
lips.
Would that be 7?
No, I don't
Hmm.
think so.
Ah,
Because I feel like that.
M's- Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
No,
no.
Dave M says Jenny's not here, so I expect 0 correct
Yeah.
answers.
Yeah, when Jenny's here, we can get 1 or 2 out of 5. When she's not
Faith
here, we
in
got
us.
no
It's
chance.
because she paints them. That's how she knows.
Yeah,
you know,
Paints them like the
that's
French girls.
helpful.
yeah. Paint me like one
Yeah.
of your Star Trek girls.
Uh,
Yeah, this
what
is
were you
really
saying, Matt?
tough.
This is really tough.
Well, the like that little like cleft in the upper lip there. I feel like that's a giveaway for someone, but I can't think of who it is.
Mm.
Not that I pay attention
Love
to
it.
their lips.
I'll tell you, this part down here looks to polish, but
But it
this
could
part
also
up
just be
here does
lighting.
not look to polish at all.
To
Yeah, it might
polish.
be a weird
To
angle.
polish or not to polish?
To
Yeah,
polish. To polish.
Polish
what's
is
the live chat
banter.
saying?
The live chat
there's-
is go ahead.
Oh,
Balana to
Balana.
Paul.
Oh.
Someone says Q.
That would be
7.
amazing.
Dave M says, turn it sideways, Ryan. I don't know if you can do that.
No, let's
No.
not do that.
Oh, here's a good guess. Ishara Yar.
Yeah.
And Greg, I see it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Lisa, you're always so good at choosing images that like are not readily like, hey, that's totally.
Yeah.
Well, I can't make it easy because that wouldn't be fun.
You can at least give us a chance.
Well, I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Nobody's gotten it so far.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
Yeah, I had a feeling you was gonna say that
Okay.
one.
So it's
Yeah.
none of the above that we've
It's
guessed.
none of
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
nobody
be
in the
freaking
live
Kai
chat
Wynn.
has.
Oh golly.
Oh my gosh.
Rachel Garrett is a guess out there. Dave Gregory.
Don't see that. Huh. Golly gee whiz.
Sometimes
don't
you just got to
know.
look at it at the right angle.
Oh.
That's
Now
not-
somebody's in the live chat has gotten it.
Whoa.
Oh, maybe Michael Burnham?
Okay.
Could that be
Yeah.
some
I think
Burnham?
that could be it.
Could be some Mikey B. Could be some, yeah, I could see it for
Mikey
sure.
B.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely see that
Here.
now.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a really good guess if not.
I think whoever said
Burnham?
that is right.
Yeah.
Here we
yeah.
go.
Survey
Michael
says-
B.
Boom.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
Well done.
Wow. Okay, who was the first one over there that said that? Was it Joshua Reed?
It was there were two people right one right after another.
Yeah.
It
Robojandro,
could have been
Joshua Reeve.
yeah.
Look at those almond-shaped eyes. That's amazing.
Wow.
She's so beautiful.
Got
He is
Yeah.
very-
big,
yeah.
beautiful eyes. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Ooh, we got some bonus
Oh,
teeth for this
teeth.
bottom lip.
Mm.
You're
Hey.
welcome.
Now, this does look more pixelated.
Mhm.
Just need to point that out. Now, you could have zoomed the hell in on some image, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but maybe it does.
Can I just mention that it's really hard to get large pictures with good quality and that aren't too dark
course.
for Star Trek characters?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mm.
You actually put in a lot of
my-
work for this, I can tell. It's like it's
Trying to
time-consuming,
do
and we appreciate
trying to
it.
find it. Oh, yeah.
Huh,
I'm
I
gonna
kinda
go
wonder-
Esri.
Oh, good.
I'm going to go with Girardi.
Agnes Girardi. Wow. Dr.
Possibly.
Agnes.
Because she smiled a lot.
Ooh, we got a lot of answers in the live chat.
A lot of Jadzia, Kira, Esri.
Lita.
Dr. Home or Mr. Home.
That now probably not him.
Oh,
Jadzia. Oh, yeah, from Picard. Oh, you mean Girardi. Okay. I don't know. TNG, Rachel Garrett.
I don't know if she gave Teethy smile ever.
She was pretty beat up and bloodied.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
very
she was
serious.
smiling much.
Okay. Toughie. Here we go. Kira Nerys.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Dang
So
it.
different. Once you see that top lip, it's so different.
It changes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Completely.
Ah.
I know. Yeah, it does. Because when I was cropping it and I cropped off half of her teeth, I was like, oh my gosh, it almost could be Kamala from TNG.
Yeah.
That's who I saw.
Hmm.
But
Oh, yeah. Yep. I could see that.
but yeah, the
Oh, goodness gracious, Malia.
Hmm.
What is this? What are we supposed to do with this?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
It's
really
Jake
tried
Sisko.
to I really tried to find a bigger picture
It's okay.
for
We'll
this
get it.
person.
We'll get it.
I feel your
Wow.
pain,
But-
Melissa. I feel your pain. When I make thumbnails, sometimes it's like, really? That's all that's out there in all the
Right.
internet.
I
This
know.
300 by 300 pixels image.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Someone's saying Balana.
I can see that.
I'd almost say Geordie.
It's a very full bottom lip.
Yeah, but also a
is.
lot of it sometimes is lighting. Maybe he's just finishing a sentence or something. But almost. But yeah, probably not.
I can
We
see
have
it being
so
Geordie.
many.
Could it be Penny Johnson?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we have Jake. We have Balana. We have Mrs. Cisco. We have Balana. We have Harry Kim. We have Cassidy Yates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Tuvix.
No.
Please let it be Tuvix.
Let's look at this one.
Yeah, who is it?
Bailana, good work, everybody. Good job,
Hey.
guys.
Nice.
There
Yeah.
she is.
Congrats
She's
to those
got
in the
nice
live
lips
chat.
too.
Yeah.
Very
Nice
nice
knuckles. Great knuckles.
shape.
I mean,
That's next
if you're into
week.
that kind of stuff.
If you're in
Yeah.
there.
Oh my gosh. Next week we did knuckles. They would all be from Justice. No.
Melissa. BNG Justice. What exactly are you trying to say? Of the moose variety?
Nice hammock you got going on there.
All right, everybody. This is a
And
family
bananas.
show, maybe.
Like
No, it
them
isn't.
hammocks.
Up next.
Maybe.
Oh, Picard?
Oh, okay. Yes, we got some thin lips.
Data?
Okay, I can't tell what that shadow is doing on the upper lip, if that's a mustache or not.
Yeah, that's what it looked like for a second to me too. Possibly a mustache.
Possibly.
I mustache you if it is, Melissa.
It's not a mustache.
All right,
Okay,
we
that
got a
hint.
hint.
Okay. So it's just a shadow. All right.
I think it
Boy,
might be
that
Pickard.
doesn't help.
Although I can
Mr.
definitely see the
Pickard?
data, Matt. That's a good one too. I can see the data. I've seen his mouth form like that before.
Yeah, I feel like
Ooh,
Wow, I
we
think it
have
might be
some-
him.
We have some interesting
Golly.
guesses. We have Khan, we have Q, we have Chakotay, we have Janeway, Paris, Chakotay, Jellicoe, Chakotay,
Wow.
LOL, Ryan, So Walter Ian K says, Tom Paris,
A lot of Chakotay. They might be onto something.
Huh. See, I'm not so
Anorax,
confident about that, but I'm not a very good guesser at this game. So,
Riker,
Riker.
Chakotay, another Chakotay.
All right.
hmm.
Let's check it out, eh?
Okay.
Nobody got it.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Man.
I don't
Okay,
even
that
recognize
was
this from this.
deceptive.
Oh.
Deceptive.
Just
Tricky,
the bottom
tricky.
lip.
We know which Star Trek faction, or sorry, Transformers faction you'd be a part of, Melissa.
You'd be a
Decepticon.
Decepticon.
And it's with the Discovery outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
No, his hair isn't as high in this.
No,
Why so
it has certainly
serious?
grown
Mm-hmm.
and silvered up.
It's become its own character.
Yeah.
Truly.
Oh, here we go.
Hmm.
I do not believe.
Is that Geordi, I wonder?
Hmm. Man,
Hmm.
interesting.
Really hard with just the bottom lip.
I know.
I know. It's
Well,
like, yeah.
I know how I'm going to watch Star Trek now.
On Paramount Plus?
Exactly. Bottom lips only subtitles.
Don't put that in your Google history.
Yeah, no.
We have Chakotay again, Jake
No.
Sisko, Geordi, Kern,
Tuvok.
Geordi or Tuvok, Kirk
Hmm.
saying Khan, Cisco, Ducat, the Duras Kid.
Oh, interesting.
Are any of these guesses correct?
Yes.
Oh
Okay.
boy, Jordy.
I think I gotta go with Geordi.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go with Geordi.
Jordy!
Nice.
Coming through in the clutch for us. Thank you, LaForge. Who got that right in the live chat first? I mean, before we
Ooh.
did, I should
Good
say.
question.
A few people.
Yeah.
Well, Herbert Turner, Chris Marshall, Greer Murdoch, and there was another one. Nanote! Woohoo!
Nice. Well done.
Isn't there one more?
Yeah, us. But we copied off someone else's paper. That was great stuff. Thanks very much, Melissa Longo. What, there was another one?
Was that all of them?
I thought that
that
was 5. Am I wrong?
Was it?
Mm?
Let's find out. Yep, that's all of them.
Oh, okay.
Great job.
Yay, Shorty!
Those were
Nice.
tough.
All right.
Whew.
Trekmovie.com. Explain yourself. What the heck is this all about? You can save Tuvix in Star Trek Voyager
Oh,
Across
nice.
the Unknown. Watch the new gameplay trailer.
How many
Yeah,
people are going to
it's-
get this game just to F around with Tuvix?
I
This is such a
saw
great selling
that.
point already.
Yeah, it gives you
Yeah.
the chance to change history of Voyager history.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
And if you
then
watch the
they-
trailer, oh my
It's
gosh, it
so
looks so
good.
beautiful. Yeah.
It really does. It looks really fun. Like you get to actually play around on Voyager.
Yeah.
So
I'm
fun.
gonna once that game comes out, I'm gonna be indisposed for a few weeks, guys. I'm not gonna be doing anything but playing that.
Really? That good,
Yes.
huh? Let's see.
Probably.
But there's
If
Wow,
it's as good as it
whoa.
looks.
It's
come on.
gorgeous.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah.
so nicely done.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want to go aboard Voyager and make
Play.
like just play around,
Yeah.
make the opposite decision that Janeway did, and see what happens, just for the
Oh
fun
man,
of it?
is that really
Yeah.
what you can do?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
in
would
some
be amazing.
situations.
They have some stills below the trailer that shows you some of the options.
Music's great too.
Yeah.
Look at that ship.
Oh, that's so
So cool.
Let's go to the warp core here at home for a while.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
Get the board. It's so pretty.
It is.
This
I
makes me
love
want to
it.
watch Voyager, actually.
So
It's so good.
pretty.
When we were seeing the Kazon ships, I was like, ah, the good old days.
Aw.
You know, like that was cool. Like that was really, that was when we
Yeah.
fell in love with Voyager in that first season. We're like, wow,
Yeah.
this is so cool.
So cool. But if you scroll down, they have some still pictures from the trailer, which are pretty cool. And they go a little bit more in depth on what you can do in the
Okay.
game.
Mark
Let's
says,
see.
is there an option in the game to promote Harry Kim to lieutenant?
No.
That'd be so funny if that's not an option ever. Like it's locked out. You cannot
In
do
fact,
it.
I saw that it said level 1. He was like under something that said level 1, which was kind of funny.
It's an option, but it's always grayed out. So you're just sitting there frustrated the entire game, never being able to promote him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's
so you can.
hilarious.
This is great. Planet of Plenty. We identified a lush planet. Ooh, drunks. Planet teeming with life. Why is there a comma after lush? Anyway, planet teeming with life and rich in untapped mineral deposits. Unfortunately, the planet's volatile climate leaves a little time for exploration. With intense storms predicted to arrive soon, we can only focus on one objective.
Wow.
Okay, what is that? And then up here it says collect produce or trade, 1,000 food, blah, blah, blah. So this is great. This is like some of those games back in the day that I was always in love with, where you can like
Yeah.
build and refresh and replenish and get your supplies going.
Yeah, and you can build crew quarters when you get more personnel on board, and yeah,
Nice.
upgrade the medical bay when you have more staff for the medical people. Or yeah, it's fun. It sounds fun.
Look at
does
this.
sound fun.
Wow. You can see
So
the
cool.
decks and who's in the decks.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really cool. I'm just excited that there's going to be another Voyager game after Elite Force, which was really good in its day.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
you
one of
can
those I
Oh,
make-
you're
wish-
right. Perform the separation. Don't perform the separation. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
How beautiful that is. Oops.
so pretty.
Charge to that point, I one of the things I think is fun is to go back and see people who are using things like Unreal and rebuilding games or remastering games in a sense. Not obviously not a full rebuild, but just updating. Like, and Elite Force is one of those games that I think would be fun if it got a refresh.
Yeah, totally. It would still be playable. Just you'd have to put it on an operating system people have now.
Right, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a
I
fun
want
game.
it on Windows 3.1.
Okay. Here's something that I'm a little skeptical about, you guys. I really don't know
Okay.
how I feel
Ooh, what's
about
that?
this.
Okay.
So, Facebook.com, Trek Central says
Oh.
Magic the Gathering is boldly headed to the Star Trek universe with a new collab slated for 2026. Okay, first of all, let's
Oh
look
my
at
God.
this.
Speaking of things from the 90s coming back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the volume here?
I will say the art's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That is really cool.
Pretty. November
Oh, that was
26th.
kind of a tease on the music there. I was ready to bust, and then it was like, bah.
How many YouTube copyright strikes are we gonna get for this one
I'm
video?
fighting every
Oh,
single
God.
one of them.
Yeah.
For that
them.
video.
So, Magic the Gathering, who here used to play that? I know the people that
Aaron
have played
did.
it, they love it. Okay, Aaron love.
Mhm.
Everybody that plays it is like a serious player. Like they love it, they
Right.
collect it, they talk about it, they compete. There's like a World Series of Magic the Gathering. They have like they have poker tournaments. They have Magic the
Yeah.
Gathering, like professional Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
players. I believe our
Yeah.
very own Anne Marie Siegel's brother is a
Yeah.
professional
Oh, no
Magic the
kidding.
Gathering
Ah,
player.
that's serious
Yeah.
business.
Wow.
So what's going on with this? What it's okay.
Well, there's not that much information going on with that except for what has been released there. I don't know much more about it than that, so I'm assuming it's cards with the game set in Star Trek. I'm guessing.
Probably right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess
But
that's
it
it.
looks fun.
Since none of us have
Yeah,
played it,
sorry, dead
we're all
air.
like because I don't know anything about it, so it doesn't seem like anybody really knows. But also, Shar, you have a heart out like right now. You got to go eat, so we got to let you go.
I
But
do.
please let everybody know where they can find you
Yeah.
before you run off.
Sure. All right. I'm on Blue Sky, otheprofanity.com. That's where you can come talk to me if you want to. Bold Bubbles is my Trek inspired soap. New release is coming out October 1st. That's next week. And there'll be Data, Riker,
Ooh,
Cisco, and Armus is
Ooh.
coming back as a pine tar soap. If you don't know what
nice.
that is, you can read all about it and what that means. It's interesting stuff. I've had a good time playing with that one and testing it because I had not made pine tar soap before making my test batch and had to find out what was going on. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. And of course, check me out on Roddenberry Entertainment. I'm occasionally on Mission Log Live. And if you're at LA Comic Con this weekend, I'll see you there tomorrow because Mission Log is doing a panel and I'll be a part of it.
Cool.
Awesome.
LA Comic Con, very nice. Actually, we got another shout out for that in just a moment. But thank you very much, OG podcaster Charlene Schmidt.
Yay.
Hey, thanks, y'all. It's good to see you. Missed you.
Too. You too.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, it's been a while. We were out the 5th because you were in New Jersey. I took the 12th off, and then I took the 19th off to go see Nine Inch Nails. It's been busy.
Nice.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a good show. Hell yeah.
All right.
I
All
See you
right,
next time,
guys.
Shar. I'm going to show everybody a
Mm.
picture from LA Comic Con while you're jumping off.
All
Here it
right,
is.
have fun.
What do you think, guys? Look at this picture from LA Comic Con. Pretty cool, right? Melissa, what's up with that? You're making a funny face. You don't seem to
I
care.
I don't get it.
Oh, it's just a picture from LA Comic Con. It's pretty cool, though. Oh, what is that? Wait, let me zoom out a bit. Oh, it's our buddy Rico E. Anderson. That's what it is. I should have
was-
zoomed out. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that that's what I needed to do.
I was looking
Alright.
for the joke and I couldn't find
I
it.
know, Sam.
No, then you did.
Then I did.
So shout out to Rico E. Anderson over at LA Comic Con. Everybody go check him out if you're in the LA area. And then go see Mission Log and Shar and our buddy
Yeah.
John Champion. And I believe Larry Nemechek is going to be there as well.
Oh,
Lots of good stuff
fun.
there.
Fun.
I just got hungry too. Maybe I'll have some pizza.
I'm thinking
Anyway,
pizza too.
live chat was
Sounds
lively
good.
today. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Sushi
So
time.
we got to run off here, everybody, but let's talk about the week ahead. So this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we have our first segment review of Star Trek: The Next Generation episode Chain of Command Part 2. Chain of Command Part 2, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. What's up, Melissa?
Oh yeah, Mark Zutkoff does ask a very good question. What body part are we doing next week?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What body part? What? We're running low on parts, aren't we? We're running
Yeah.
low. 'Cause I'm trying to think of what is still workable. We've done a single eyebrow. We've done
Yeah.
ears.
Elbows?
Yeah.
Done hair. I think we've tried. Did we do elbow? I think we did.
Elbows.
Yeah. I'm
Have we
sure
done
we must have done
elbows?
hands.
Did we? I don't know that we have done hands.
Maybe we just talked. Really? Well, we've definitely talked about these. Maybe we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Let's do hands then. Hand. Yeah, see,
Okay.
because I feel like I remember something like this.
Oh,
One of the things.
maybe. Maybe. Dave M says abs. Joshua Reeves says back to butts.
Back to
Chris
oh.
Marshall says hands. Bob D says knees. We haven't done knees, have we?
Mm-mm. All right, let's do knees.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, the
That
knights
was
who
gonna
say
be
knee.
tricky. Yeah.
Knee.
All right. So then on let's call it Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we have our full review of Next Generation episode Rascals. Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Rascals, Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Then on Tuesday, come right back here to the virtual TrekCon YouTube channel for the main viewer at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, live right here on the virtual TrekCon YouTube channel. We don't giggle, we don't drink, we all have dry mouth and serious faces, but we tell you all the news and rumors of Star Trek and sci-fi, and everybody tries to bring up wrestling, and I'm always like, no, you better not. No wrestling. Woo!
Oh,
That's what I
wrestling.
say.
And I say, yes, bring on more wrestling.
Well, okay. So I'm glad you asked, because here's a thing.
Uh-oh, sorry, live chat.
No, actually, I do have something. It's not wrestling related, though, I don't think. On our
Okay.
way out, this is a fun one. What the heck's going on? Sometimes websites are just so peculiar. Okay, here it is. Have you ever seen those things that say, like, come to Deep Space Nine? We've got blah, blah, all these things. Well, here's a newer one that I hadn't seen before, so here it comes. Come to Deep Space Nine. We've got Jambalaya Jesus, Extremist Dom, your mildly racist uncle. All changelings are bastards. Dr. Chaotic Bicep. I know, this person's mean.
I know.
Dr. Chaotic Bisexual. Oops, I'm bi now. VR porn peddler. Flamboyant Severus Snape. Fashion icon. I call this the puzzle piece. Generational healer. That's a good one.
Aww.
I love that.
Ratings fodder. Yeah, okay, that works. War crimes zaddy. That works. Character development. Dollar Tree Dax is
Oh my gosh. That's so brutal.
rude. Boo. Dollar Tree Dax. Then all the oops, all Jeffrey Combs. And then down here it says, has her shit together. These hoes ain't loyal. this bitch, and I could fix him. That's so good.
Oh my
That's funny.
gosh.
I could fix him.
Could
Damar was
fix him.
fixable. What's character development? Mookie. All right. Anyway, so that's pretty fun. Good stuff. And not a
I love
wrestler in
that.
sight.
But rude.
Yeah. Hey. All right.
Except
That's
for
it
Nog.
for us.
That was good.
Melissa, where can people find you and your goodies online, please?
You can find me at walkingartmadebymelissa.com. La, la, la. I just put up some new shirts that have recently been painted, so go walk your fingers over there and check them out. And and then also on Virtual TrekCon, watch the first. I don't know why I always go to that one. The seventh rule and 3 fat lobsters. La 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 la.
Whoa, cool.
Freaking love that.
What about yourself, the Matt? Do you do any
Well,
shows sometimes?
Yeah, you know what? If you tune in next week to Star Trek and Chill, you won't see me here, but you might catch me in the comments
Oh.
because sometimes I like to make jokes that are not funny, but in my head, I feel like they're
Yeah.
funny. And my brain betrays me, and he's like, haha, this is funny. And then it comes out and it's not funny. I'm like, curse you and your inevitable betrayal. But you can find me on Tuesdays on the main viewer. Check out my YouTube and then check out my ArtStation page because every now and then there's something new, but you never know when.
All right. And everybody, you can find me at Ryan TG Husk. Once again, that's at Ryan TG Husk, or just Virtual TrekCon Falling Tower or the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media, but especially right here on YouTube. All right. Thank you to Dave Gregory, MF. Joel, Dead Perp says fashion icon. I'm still making my Jake Sisko cosplay. Cool.
Heck yeah.
Greer Murdoch, Linda Andrag, May Borello out in the May area, Mark Zutkov, Dave Bourgeois, Robo Gendro. Cool name. On B, Bob D, One Trek, Redshirt Bob, Rookie of the Year, Rick Garrett, Ninote, Lucia Raz, Chris Marshall, Herbert Turner, Sabco BDS. That's a cool name too. Sabco BDS. And everybody else, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Linda Andrag and Sentai and Joshua Reeve. That's it for us, everybody. It's been a great time. We appreciate all of you. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications. When this video ends, hit the refresh button, comment section drops down, and tell us your thoughts on Star Trek Con. Have you watched it? Have you listened to it? Are you going to listen to it? Did you love David Mack? Do you listen to it multiple times? Do you think we're going to get a lot more of these audio dramas? I think we might. So let us know, and we appreciate you hanging out with us. And hey, have a chill weekend. You've earned it.
Oh.
Whoa. I paused, Melissa, because you look like you're going to say something. You went, so I